I think Raw is a great idea. The idea that anyone can do it. So anytime you go, anyone could rock up on stage. And, you know, like an 80-year-old could rock up on stage. Or like a 10-year-old could probably rock up and do a stand-up set.
His wife, oh, sweetheart, we're just nipping out, okay, for a walk. She says, but it's raining. He said, it's okay, we'll get the bus.
Well, firstly, they obviously have to know why they're wanting to be a comedian. They must be bringing something to the stage, otherwise they wouldn't have asked to do it. So they've got to be clear on what they think, what's funny, and what they think is funny.
Stand-up comedy has been huge since I was about 12. It's been the biggest thing that I've actually enjoyed doing, listening to and watching. It's just, I want to be part of it. When I go to school, I know the principal pretty well, so I managed to talk to her and get her to let me to have a period off school to write comedy stuff every day.
She's always been a bit quirky, which is in the good sense I mean. She's got an interesting sense of humour, works really hard though, and yeah, sometimes she's got to make sure she gets back on track.
Yeah, I'm 16, so there's not really much to write about at the moment, so I just hate on everything.
Another thing I've noticed that people say is, that guy is a bit of a character, but what I always think is, but which character? I personally like to think that I'm a little bit Dick Smith.
And the only alternative you will have, Bird Boy, is to be eating for the rest of your life using a straw.
Paul, who was Paul Starr, and I was Handsome Danny Jacobs, we formed kind of like a tag team unit that was just kind of extremely out there in regards to we were flamboyant. We did the are they or aren't they type thing, kind of gay type things.
When Danny needs help, when Danny needs a friend, he brings in the manager of stars, Paul Starr.
I mean, what we did with the New Vogue and that, there was a hell of a lot of comedy. There's a lot of slapstick.
Yeah.
I mean, I did millions of fake trips. The amount of fake trips I've done that people thought were real was just crazy.
And when you think about it, I think it was the comedy chemistry that we had more than anything. Like, sure, there was that whole flamboyant side of it, but it was the comedy timing that we had.
You have no idea what you're doing!
I'm in a band and we're about to do our first gig, so I was pretty nervous about that, and I wanted to sort of practice being in front of a crowd. And for me, the most horrific sort of thing to do is stand-up comedy because you're judged every 12 seconds.
He told me he wanted to do stand-up and he'd always been a bit of a class clown anyway.
It was on his bucket list.
Yeah, that's right. He said it was on his bucket list.
Guys, it's on my bucket list.
Something he wanted to do was stand-up comedy, and I said, well, there's the Classic down in Queen Street. I think they have open mic nights.
You could tell that he was comfortable on stage and he was doing really good, which I was really impressed by because it's only his first time.
The soundtrack to my relationships is depressing, and it's just all I have to do is press play, and all you hear is wade in the water, wade in the water. Just. That was actually my impersonation of my ex Karen. She's very big. She's very big. But a lot of things that I come up with are kind of just made up in the sense that, like, I talk about my fat ex-girlfriend, for example, in one of the jokes. And that's more something sort of I made up. I didn't have a fat ex-girlfriend. In fact, in public, I'd introduce us as Biggie Smalls, so.
I feel like you've just got to be honest on stage. If it's going to be funny, it needs to come from you. So I just try and base all of my comedy on either stuff I'm worrying about or stuff I find funny or interesting or...
Oh, a squid! Give me the squid! You've gone beyond your quota!
In Eli's act, probably my two favourite pieces are when he refers to himself as a lesbian and when he pulls out his Pokemon references, because they're pretty great for the old 90s TV shows references in there.
Like, how awesome would it be if the Pokemon universe was real, right? Like, and you just got to, as soon as you turn 12, you just get sent out to, like, catch some ugly little monsters.
Young guys who know all the current TV shows, and I stand and watch them, and it's like I've never even heard of that TV show.
Yeah, this is it. This is why I come here 8 hours a day, wait for night time to come and leave again.
Sometimes he talks quite funny and it's hard to understand, so you smile and nod. Most of the clean ones he tells us, but the more risque ones he perhaps keeps to himself.
I was dating this chick from Whangarei for a while, and it used to take her ages to orgasm. So we went shopping one day, and we met our brother in warehousing, and he told me how to do it.
I mean, I don't know if I'm in the final, but I've already been rewriting some of my jokes for the final. So if I'm going to be there, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'd like to win it. It took me a while to realise that this was actually what I wanted to do. At first, I was like, yeah, I'm just giving this a go. I'm feeling this out.
Will I win it? I don't know. It'd be cool to win it. It'd definitely be cool.
I reckon I can be better than all the boys up there. If I try hard enough, I think I can beat them.
I sort of look at one goal at a time. My goal would be to get into the semi-finals, and I think sort of being cut down roughly, I don't know, from like 50 comedians to 14, that's already quite a good sort of pat on the back.
I mean, there's obviously guys there better than me, you've got to admit that, but it depends what they're looking for.